Yo, everything's caught up. I'm caught up. What's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. If this is your first time, my name is Mello. This is Art to the Round Table. This is a book, The Art of Mark Teixeira. That is Supergirl. That's who we're going to be drawing. I started this early this morning into this earlier stream, and I was having a weird anatomical issues with it. So I just kind of like spent a few minutes before jumping back on the stream to try to iron it out. I think it's all right. I think it looks where it's all right. I'm trying to figure out what to do with her hands, what to do with that fist. But that's what we do, right? But anyway, let's get it. Say what's up when you can. Say what's up when you jump on. Happy Friday, everybody. Let's end the day on a high note. Why not? Can I tell you what the hardest part to draw on this thing, no matter anatomically iffy or whatever, is the mini skirt. I can't seem to get it right. The frilly look doesn't work. I'm kind of going for like the tight mini Wonder Woman skirt. She got some legs. Anyway, say what's up when you can. I'm jumping in. Let's do it. I'm just peeking at like Pinterest for mini skirts, and I just can't really look at anything to help me figure it out. I'm just gonna have to draw more mini skirts apparently. You gotta be careful whenever you look up at stuff in Pinterest, not because of AI or anything like that, which I've mentioned before. It's just that some of it is 100%, most of it is AI. But the thing is that people are pervs, and they put all our superheroes in just precarious poses and looks, and it's like, what's the point? Get a room. All right. Okay, so this is what I've done so far. Let's just go. Where's my pencil? That's not that. HB. But yeah, man. Why am I drawing Supergirl? Because we're going to be watching the movie this weekend. So, wish us luck. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I'm not reading any reviews. Don't care to. I think people already made their judgment months ago, as soon as this actress was chosen. So it is what it is. I don't put a lot of stock in what other people say. I have my own opinions on movies and shows. I like some things, I don't like others, like we all do. So I'm gonna give it a chance, even though, and I've said it before, I do not like this new Superman. I don't like the world that that Gunn is building. It's only been the one movie, but if we kind of knew where it was going based off of Peacemaker, so. And as long as that show keeps getting ratings and people keep watching, that's the kind of crass and underwear humor we're going to get, in my opinion, of course. I'm no expert, but... And that's from someone who watched the first season, didn't bother with the second. I mean, what's the phrase? Second verse, same as the first? I'm sure it's good, maybe. It is what it is. I don't care too much for it. I didn't care too much for it. Alright, let's just go. So I don't wanna end the Friday on a negative, so that's not what we're going to talk about. So, I got high hopes. I got mid to high hopes. I'm sure it'll be fine. I keep telling myself that. But I think we're gonna be alright. So anyway, how's everybody doing? How you doing? How are you doing? I am doing good. I am looking forward to the weekend. It should be good. The weather has been pretty good the last couple of days. I just finished raining over here, so I'll take that too. I just received some packages. This being one of them, the Art of Mark Teixeira. Yeah, I'll show you guys in the vertical. Skapow. I was just skimming through this thing. This thing is, I didn't read. I bought it for the pictures. I didn't read it yet. I did skim through it. He was prolific. I love this style. Let me show that to you guys. It's kind of like what I ended up inadvertently doing here. So, hey man, hey, great minds and all that. It's just really encouraging seeing this stuff. I love his artwork. So, it's really cool to see his raw pencils, some inks. It's funny how one thing I did read in here briefly is that he's not really an inker, he's a natural penciler and a painter. And they kind of asked him, they kept pushing him to ink. How cool that is. To ink his work. And they kind of had like to convince him and coerce him to do it. His Spider-Man is cool. But anyway, I can't wait to look at this. That's what I'll do this weekend. And if the weather stays nice, I'll do some yard work. Why not? Her anatomy was killing me. I've had to erase a ton just to kind of feel it out. I ended up putting a grid in here just to see if things made sense to my own measurements. When I earlier I showed how I do a rough estimate and measurement using the head as a unit of measure. And I just think that the way I'm sitting, the way I'm looking at it, it just wasn't flowing right, and it just looked weird. So I threw the grid in there just to help me count and measure my own proportions. First time doing that, and it actually I don't know if it's successful yet, but so far I am comfortable with the results. So I wonder how everybody's doing. Hello in the atmosphere. I do got to work more on female anatomy. I make them too masculine because I'm constantly drawing big boof dudes and superheroes and villains that I don't do enough. Female figures, and I have to because of stories I'm putting together, and but tis what it is. I'm trying to make a lumpy leather, thick leather for her boots. Sometimes I think I worry a bit too much on the little things, and it really does at times take away the joy. It should really be fun to do, an escape. You know, I need to take advantage of it now before I start doing this for work. I'm claiming it. So, before any of that angst starts sneaking into my to my world, I need to make sure I am enjoying what I do. We all should be able to enjoy what we do, right? Do. I don't know if I'm going to be shading everything. I just want to be able to have a really cool graphic outline. I'm trying to think of this drawing as if somebody else is going to ink it. So I'm trying to help out the inker. Make clear judgments. Let's see if that's successful. Put that here. Oh, my back. Your boy's getting old. Peoples, my party peoples. All right, we chilling. So, doors open, you guys. to. I would hate to, but I'm gonna have to. And put a crowdfund for a chair, bruh. I am uncomfortable. Don't know your chair. This hand. That doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with that arm for now, but let's keep going here. I kind of like the way this thing is building out. Let's put some debris here. I'm trying to do more in terms of I wouldn't call this landscape, but background detail in my drawings. So but I get lazy sometimes and only want to worry about the figure. But that's getting a little boring, ain't it? We gotta build, we gotta get better. That's the whole point. Elevating our artwork, getting better. So debris is difficult for me to conceive because I'm always trying to refine something. Right? Like and debris is just what it is, just noise. It's our shapes and shadows just to make atmosphere. So I'm just trying to frame her as well. I'm trying to utilize what I was talking about earlier about using the different planes, the planes on the paper, foreground, midground, background, not just for not just for page layouts and composition, but also with everything. So in this foreground is going to be very small amounts of debris, but I want that debris to have layers in it, to have its own front, mid, and back. That makes sense. You know what I'm talking about? It's something that I was bringing up about Todd McFarlane's artwork that I admire. And I'm talking about admiring artists. I'm admiring Liefeld's inability to draw feet. I think I'm gonna do this instead, because I want to see if I can just make up shapes and then go over it with the HB pencil to build up on it. Get loose, get creative. I did some very crude background layers here, foreground, midground, background, and I'm just kind of like playing in between those areas, and I'm going to vary the darkness of the by rubbing the side of that lead here, this Prismacolor pencil, and see if I can create some perspective here, because we're going to be looking into a one-point perspective. Everything is pointing towards our hero's midsection, give or take. A professional would have probably put the grid lines in. So maybe some other time, maybe when I become when I grow up. I'm using the whole page, but even though I used a comic book layout page and used those measurements. So I have measurements for, what is it, 16 and a half by 10 and a half, right? For the bleed, for the trim, the bleed, and the live. So a lot of this stuff would end up getting cut in a comic book page, except for anything in this middle 9, what is it? It is. Nope. Yeah, 9 by 13 and a half. So your whole life got to live inside this 9 by 13. If she had dialogue, you know what I'm saying? No, you die. You got to make sure it's in those, that 9 by 13 and a half. Doop, 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 doop. I'm cheating with these straight lines to emphasize the perspective. And it prevents me from creating straight lines, because that's not what I want. I want variety and mess here. I want to show like as she just landed, boom, and the smoke just cleared. Trying to avoid tangents or kissing lines, as they say. Alright, so this is my first layer. This is going to be my second layer of background. And finally, that soft layer for my background. I'm trying to impress some comic book people, man. So they can her me. How you doing, Ike? Happy Friday. How you doing, bud? I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. I hope you're doing well as well. Doing okay? I'll take that. We could take that. We should take that. We are, as you say, vertical. Enjoying the warm weather. That's what's up. Yeah, we're going through some pretty good weather here. We're also going through a drought. But I think we're going to be all right. But yeah, we just chilling. I wasn't expecting to. I really didn't have a full spectrum of what I wanted to do today. I feel like that shadow should be higher. I'm drawing Supergirl here because we're gonna go watch the movie tomorrow. I just want to support it. Support it, why not? We're not hearing a lot of good things in terms of. I'm trying to avoid a ton of reviews and spoilers. I'm not. I want to go in with a fresh set of eyes. But I think people weren't very nice to that movie before months ago. What can you do? Some of the complaints and some of the things that I've seen are so ridiculous that I'm like, okay, what's the point? That's not even a review. That's not even a concern. That's not even valid, in my opinion. You know, it's silly things like, oh, if these Kryptonians are so indestructible, how does she have her ears pierced? Like, really? Really? That type of stuff. So I am 100% trying to avoid it. Those type of silly, unnecessary type of comments and reviews. So it is what it is, and I'm sure we'll have a good time. And more importantly, I'll be with the family. So I feel like her arm, right? Power fist right here. I can still hide it in shadow. No, the movie came out yesterday. I guess it premiered in some places yesterday. Full premiere today. No, that doesn't feel right. This is what I get for not planning. I just kind of like farting around with this character, this drawing, and I need something to do with the arm. Do you recall the one from the 1980s with Helen Slater? Yes. That one wasn't too good either. But Helen did fine. Innocent, naive hero, fish out of water, having to deal with mean-spirited people. Like, what was the last movie? Well, you've been doing ink. It's funny you mentioned that. Earlier today, I was talking about how Jack Kirby said if you want to learn how to get it draw better and faster, get rid of your eraser. And as soon as I started saying that, I'm over here like, I started erasing everything. I'm having trouble with that hand, and I'm having trouble where to put this arm. I might just hide the whole thing in shadow. Why not? That might work. I don't know if it'll work. Maybe I can put a sneak a fist in here. I have to do the hand. It just doesn't look right. It doesn't look balanced to me. She is thick. That is a thick. That's a superwoman. Let alone a Supergirl. I would definitely lose the no erase challenge, which I guess is a thing. I wouldn't be able to do most of my artwork if I couldn't erase, considering I use my eraser for about everything. All right, so maybe the let me see. You're gonna have to start using it again? Yeah. For perspective lines? Yeah, man. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with using the eraser, man. Oh, maybe I can do the how about the come here. That looks terrible. All right, una más. Thumb on the outside. Nah, okay, maybe just I have to be okay with erasing though. At least until you get comfortable with seeing invisible lines on the paper. Yeah. Is that a thing that ends up happening? I'm sure, right? Our eyes adjust some way. What is wrong with her hand? All right, so I'm gonna leave it blank, and I'm gonna go back to the drawing board. Dude, I had the hand on the right that way, a fist on the hip. I had it originally downwards. I've had it cocked to the side that way. which might work. There's a nice little crook right here. Maybe that'll work. That might work. I'll keep it there for now. But I think that might actually work. The original plan was to have it here on the side, mirroring her left, her right, our left. But it just didn't feel right. So I think this might be the way. I think that you can trick the eye, right? Like I'm not using any perspective lines here, but I know that it's 1 point perspective. So, and everything's kind of pointing to the midsection. So I kind of have that mentality as I do like the debris around her. Kind of like funneling everything to the center. Drawing while talking. How you doing? Late again. You're the what is it? Not the Mad Hatter. The White Rabbit. I'm late. Was it the White Rabbit or was it the Mad Hatter that was late? And Tanks. I don't really like the Bilquist design. I don't like those. This is even worse. Even though that's not too bad. This is a worse design for the 52 where her knee, there's an opening here where her knee would be, and it's like that doesn't make sense. That's gonna get caught in a door jamb somewhere. These boots, who has these boots? Maybe it is an older one. I think in older versions they're right underneath. I don't know. But yeah, thanks, man. It's this hand. I'm trying to figure out what to do with this hand. I think this might be the one. There. Yeah, the bare knee. You gonna scrape that knee? Yeah. Like see, those look more. They just ride up into the thigh. So I have a book where it goes that high, but there's an opening. I have to go grab it. If we really care that much. I'll go grab it. She kind of has like a little Megan Fox look there. It's so funny. The fanboys are so funny. Now they're all championing. What's the young lady, the Spanish lady? Jay, what was the? Do you remember The girl, the actress's name that played Supergirl in The Flash? Something Kaye? Okay, never mind. Thanks, Jason. My producer failed. No, I'm just kidding. My producer fails me yet again. Now they're trying to champion for her when they kind of like left her to the wolves when that movie came out. Yet she was kind of like one of the most intriguing things about that movie, the Flash movie. You know, I know 100 people went to go see that movie simply because of Michael Keaton's reprisal. So, but yeah, now they're like, oh, she should have had a chance. Well, you should have watched the movie, or you should have cared a bit more when it came out, instead of complaining about a Supergirl with dark hair, or a Latina playing a Supergirl, because God forbid you can't act. Does that mean Henry Cavill is Latino? The dude ain't even American. And neither is Superman. The freaking dude's an alien. You haven't heard of Bilquist before, though your friend reviewed that comic and enjoyed. They did say, though, that don't watch the movie expecting the comic. That movie diverges. Oh yeah, I knew that. I didn't even get to finish reading this. I was saying earlier, I don't know if it's for me. And I don't care enough for to championing it, but I love Bilquist's artwork. Really one of the only reasons I bought the book. And it was for my wife. My wife is a huge Supergirl fan. So I got it for her, even though, you know what I'm saying? I saw a meme today about the cycle of fans that they hate everything till the next iteration happens, and then they're, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I didn't, like I said, there's certain things that I wish there was more of, so that we can get a proper opinion, form a better opinion. Me anyway, I'm selfish that way. We was talking about Leto, his Joker. And people cry left and right how terrible it is, but there's not enough in there for us to hate it so vehemently. So, and I remember coming out of that movie thinking, wow, he seems to be the most intriguing part, and he's not even in it. You know what I'm saying? Enough. And I think that's a good sign. Other things that Bilquist has done, she had a Wonder Woman run, but no, I don't actually, because I generally follow her on the social medias. She shares her art process and it's pretty cool. Yeah, that works. Keep some of this in shadow. That means that if it's there, yeah, I think I cracked it. I hear you. That's why I am my social media account is now driven for, one, to drive my network and to follow artists that I enjoy. Anything else that comes through that doesn't fulfill any one or those needs, see you later. If it's an art friend or somebody that I want to give support to, absolutely, like my boy Ike. Make sure you jump online and follow Ike there. And many others that we share support with. That's it. If it doesn't move forward positively for me, I'm out of there. Unfollow, unsubscribe. I don't follow private accounts. Sorry. I don't know what you do. And my social media is strictly for art and stuff like that. I do have Facebook, although I started to accept certain friends and people from social media, but usually it's for family. And even then, because my family doesn't normally support me on any other social mediums, that's how they see my artwork. So I flood their feeds with my artwork because I'm selfish. But yeah, man, there's too much negativity. You already know this, my friends. There's too much. There's too much negativity, too much drama amongst, unfortunately, I'm in there a lot. I really am, more than I really want to be, but I'm in there a lot to follow and to look at art trends and things of that nature, and there's certain news events that I need to keep keep aware, and world events to keep aware. But it really is, it's just a weird mirror. I was going to say it's fake, but there's a lot of people that show their true colors on IG and YouTube and stuff like that. So it's not all the way fake. It's just selective reality. Thank you, Saboteur. But yeah, man, so I post a lot, like I said, because I'm trying to build a creative network and build my brand, the Arts of the Round Table brand. Get some merch. I don't know. I hate that cape. I hate the cape already. I hate the cape. But thanks, man. Happy Friday, Saboteur. I know I probably mentioned it earlier this morning, but happy Friday. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, brother. Check it out. Because everybody in our era really did dig them some Vampirella. Cheats. Some of his work in here is so good, though. The text. Drawing while talking, I would love to. I would love to have people jump on. I have a weird schedule because it's so early. So unless they share my what's the word I'm looking for? My time. What's the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm talking about. Even though there's certain times I don't get an opportunity to stream later in the day. But yeah, I would love to. I've reached out to fellow artists right there. Both of them. I think you as well. Julio, another artist and painter. Yeah, I would love to. Trying to make things happen. But yeah, it would be cool. Knights of the Round Table. Hey, what did I call it? Is that what I call it? No, I'm gonna take it. Pending. I'll sue. I had one. The second one I did just went off the rails, and it kind of left a really bad taste in my mouth. And I'm like, you know what, Mel? Just do you. Just stay here. Go on with people you know and you trust, and that's it. Yeah, Julio. Julio is great, man. He's a fantastic painter, a great teacher of the artwork too, and I think he's going through some things financially with work and stuff like that. They did him dirty. He was doing I don't want to talk out of school either, but he was doing a course, a gouache painting course that was being funded and being taken care of, and the people that agreed to do it with him canceled before the allotted time, before the agreed time, and kind of left him hanging, and kind of bummed out. That sucks, man. Because I think it just kind of like put the brakes a little bit on his momentum to have that kind of. And his beloved pup passed away, man. R.I.P. little pup. Gunplay for him. Gunplay free ham. Happy Fridays. I hope you're doing good. And welcome, man. Welcome. Supergirl is such an interesting character because she's old. Not old, but you know what I'm talking about. She's been around a long time, and she's perpetually that a teenager. And the only time they decide to kind of like pep her up and grow her up, she becomes Power Girl, and half her friggin' chest is open with one of the corniest, just whatever guys excuse for the design, in her opinion. Oh, because I can't fulfill the S of our people. It's like, oh, okie dokie. You tell him, Cat. So yeah, drawing. He was going through some stuff, but I think he's doing good. He's actually doing uploading videos again, but it's mainly him playing the guitar. He's a Renaissance man. But he's a good dude, man. He's a real good dude. When I started this channel, I went into this weird place about really kind of like way too soon to be angsty about my channel and feeling out of place even as an artist. And I reached out to him. I don't know, I kind of trusted his point of view and respected him as an artist, and I asked him some questions, and he didn't have to, but he responded, and we've been we'll DM and chat with each other on Instagram, and he was in Brazil, I believe, or Germany. I can't remember. I'm terrible that way. And we were texting at first, back and forth, and he was like, that's going to take too long. And he started sending me voice conversations, voice messages. And then I'm like, yo, I don't think we could call each other, but this is cool with me. And that's how I invited him to do the show. Like, just let's jump on. We're treated like two dudes hanging out. Yeah, man. Power Girl, I don't remember if she is the clone. I think she's the clone. Yeah, bruh. And this was during the era that is retconned, obviously, where they drew her, they super sexualized. She was already sexualized in her design, but when she came out, when Power Girl first came out, she was just, no nonsense, and she didn't care, not in that sense, but she was proud of what she looked like, and she would let you know. But then some dude thought that was one way to do it. And drawing, yes, and like I said, we've been cool ever since. And I send him the occasional wellness check. Hey, how you doing? You don't have to respond, but I'm just letting you know. Thinking about you, praying for you. Hope everything is good. That's it, man. Sometimes people just want to know they're being thought of. And it's true. He helped me out. His advice was fantastic. He told me to draw whatever you want. Don't worry about the algorithms. Don't worry about none of that stuff. Don't worry about what's trending and all that stuff. Even though we was laughing at it, like, yeah, we're still doing stuff that's trending, and people will find you. People will find you. I'm not the only one. It'd be a lonely place if I was the only one that liked doing this stuff. And clearly I'm not, present company included in this chat. And then I get say do whatever you want, and I did. I started doing more pulpy stuff and things that I've always wanted to do and never did because it's not all the way popular. It's like, who cares? Make it popular. Make it something that pops. Do Sailor Moon. I'm gonna have to do Sailor Moon. That's like the second time I mentioned Sailor Moon today. Draw obscure characters. Draw friggin' the Shadow and the Rocketeer. As they say in the clubs, do you, boo boo? Dan, that would never fly now. What, the suit? It might. I don't know if they've changed it. But that character will never be shown on TV like that. But they do show her. She was in one of Warner Brothers animated movies, Public Enemies. I was going to start putting some paint down on that Hulk. I know this is a weird segue, it has nothing to do with anything, but my studio, my little office here is kind of a mess. And I'm like, I need to take care of that first. And the riddle that was Supergirl here was bothering me, so I decided let's just stay here. And it's Freeform Friday. We could do whatever the heck we want. And something is, very cathartic about getting lost in this rendering. And it looks cool with the blue, man. Hacha. Sabo, was you around when I was showing the Greg Capullo book? I think I know. I think he does his shadings with a blue pencil. And when he scans them, I'm making this up, because I think that's how he does it. He removes the blue, right? The non-reproductive blue, so it always looks so clear. But I don't know how that would help his inker. Anyway. I'm trying to draw this with an inker in mind, even though I wouldn't know how to do that. Something really cool though, the Chuck is about done with the collab that we did with Green Lantern and Steel, and we might do another one. He's down to do another one. I'm so excited about that, and it's so, which is one of the reasons why I'm trying to work on my artwork a little bit differently. Work on my artwork as if it's going to be for somebody else to complete. Appease yourself before an audience, and people that enjoy those same things will find you. They will find you. Like Zod said, I will find him. And they will. And they will. I found a bunch of great artists that way. And built a bunch of cool relationships and friendships that way. Present company included. In the chat. In the room today. Yeah, you gotta do you, man. That's one thing you gotta do you, boo-boo, as they say in the club. See if I can make a... I thought that talking about my faith was going to be weird and it was going to exclude me. Not really. Not really. I think there's a lot of people who are afraid to speak about their faith online just because people are so critical and there's too many trolls. They don't appreciate other people being happy or being okay or peace of mind. There's nothing wrong with someone expressing how they feel in their faith until a miserable person hears it and can understand that peace of mind doesn't discriminate. The blue stays when you print, then you just knock out the channel, and that's how. Yes. Yeah, but let me show you something, dude. So this is what I was talking about. Greg Capullo's work in progress This is actually really cool that DC did, and I wish they. I know they have more. Let me see. I'm gonna tell you right now. Let's break this thing open. But I can't seem to find them. They don't even have them in. I think they have them on Amazon in Kindle, in Kindle form, and it's like no. DC Comics W work in progress. DC database and fan base. Let me see what they got. I don't think that's it. Yeah, see, that's cool, man. They got All-Star Superman. Hey, you was talking about that recently, weren't you, bud? All-Star Superman, Absolute Batman, American Vampire, and Dark Knight Metal. Reprint one-shots, blah, blah, blah. I would really like to see those. But, like I said, I really need to stop spending on this money. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and listen, I sometimes when I share, it's just that, you know? I'm never on a bully pulpit or anything like that. I just want to say, people deal with it the way they want to. All I want to do is love and joy in my heart, man, and that is the best way for me to share my faith and my relationship with God. And then I don't, unless I'm unless I'm specifically told to, I'm not preaching to you. I'm not. I would rather just share my peace of mind, comfort, and if I could, that's it. Like the certain particular yeah, you see, bro. Friendship, the Mortal Kombat for you. It's hard to see, but you can still see some shading in the way it looks. I just think that when they reproduce his work, because that's not pencil, right? Like, that's not. It's pencil, but it's reduced in a way. So that's kind of interesting. I want to see a dirty page. Ooh, I want to see the dirty page, don't you? Like, that's the whole point. This still seems a little bit. It's super clean. But there's a ton of lines. Yeah, like this in particular. You see that Batman right there? Hold on. Right there. This one. See all the black with the that he's signifying with the X's? Like, he can see in his mind's eye. I don't see any inside shading. But he's gonna know that that's what it looks like in his brain. I don't know. I don't know why it fascinates me that way. Look at all that. That's crazy. Anyway. All right, she's coming along. I'm happy with the way this thing looks so far. But yeah, I wish they had them more available. My comic shops around me don't even have that Capullo book. I'm sorry, Vertical Chat. I didn't mean to ignore you. Nova Draws Comics, how are you? You playing some Street Fighter? Noise. Who was that? Angela Bonsignori. Whoa, I just joined the live and your art style is amazing. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm just enjoy drawing strong women. That's a big woman. That is not, like I said, that's not Supergirl. That's Superwoman. That's Whitney Houston, right? That's every woman. But yeah, happy Friday, you guys. Happy Friday, Nova. Happy Friday, Angela Bonsignori. Happy Friday, Drum While Talking. Happy Friday, Saboteur. Ike. Happy Friday, brother. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad you guys are hanging out and chilling and sharing and talking. I like that hand. That came out good. Does she got bangles? No. I'm not using this as reference. Not really. Her suit's pretty straightforward, so. Ooh, some Chun-Li references. I'm gonna. I don't know if it's in here, Nova, but if it is, I think you're gonna get a kick out of the only Chun-Li painting I've done. Sorry for the noise. Let me see. You wish the weekend was longer? Always. Negative. Not in here. Not in there. Not in there. Not in there. Oh, next time. No, I know I got it somewhere. Now I gotta show you. Hold on one second. I'm collecting way too much of my artwork. Oh, I don't know if it's in here either. We're gonna find out together. So, this is kind of funny. Is it in here? I don't think it's in here either, man. Oh, it is. What is this mess? Yeah. That's pretty good. All right, I found it. But I don't know if you guys have kids. They don't have to be young kids. I got a ton of sketch art I would love to show you guys one day. What is this? Oh, okay. Hey, you want to see an old drawing? Blue Line Art Products. Look at that. There's no year on it. That's me trying to draw Conan. I don't know how old this is. 2007. That's interesting. So I'm just gonna let y'all know right now. Keep at it. You know those memes now, guys. I went from this to this. I don't like those memes, but anyway. All right, let me show you that thing. This is terrible. I wish I would have finished this. I was trying to do a giant spread with Spider-Man, Dr. Puss in the background, Scorpion. I like that. Green Goblin. This was 2 years ago. And this giant hand belongs to Mysterio. Alright, let me, no more teasing. Let me show this dude my Chun-Li. Ooh, look at that. Sorry, sometimes these things become like a treasure trove. Or like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Not a treasure trove. A time capsule. What's going on with that Spider-Man? Thanks, bud. Wow, what an improvement. If you would have known me 20 years ago, you would have been like, can you sing, bud? Because don't quit your day job. I think I freehanded that skull. Okay, alright. Yeah. Put this away. Put this away. Put this away. I really appreciate you guys' patience. Can I sing? No, I cannot. I'll give you I'll hum a tune like nobody's business. Nova Draws is a gal, by the way. And that's okay. Nobody's perfect. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Still gonna call you dude. And dude is universal. That's terrible. That's a terrible Captain America. I created a superhero called Captain Underpants. But I figured there's already a Captain Underpants. There was a, not Underpants, there was a duo called Captain Wash Your Face. Captain Wash Your Face and Scrub and Rinse was his, what you call it? His, sidekick. This is why I didn't like using the figurines for drawing the female figure. And being strict. That's such a funny pose. Being strict with the figures, that was a bit better. You will need to at least do some anatomy study. But this was, I think, during COVID. A lot of these drawings were during COVID. That's not too bad. But you see how stiff that is, even with the... You can tell it's from a figurine. Getting a bit better. Getting a bit more looser. The video idea for future is to redraw some of my old subjects to see how my style... That would be really cool. I love doing that stuff. Try to fix it. There's some, The Mighty Thor. I did several variations of her. I used to do this stuff as studies, like Mount Rushmore style. How come this reminds me of the old heads will be the only ones to remember, like beach blanket bingo, when they're kind of like dancing in the background. That's kind of like the face I see there. Steak. All right, you ready for so many single pieces of paper. I was trying to play with warm and cold, good and bad. He just looks like a weird vampire. He looks like General Thrawn. Is it General or Thrawn from the Star Wars mythos? All right, here we go. You want to see something older? This is 1997. What's this? What would that be? 30? Almost 30 years ago? That's cool. Let's choose art though. What do you mean? All right. 97. Good Lord. Grand Admiral. Yeah. You see how absurd the anatomy? That's when you study anatomy by Marvel Comics. Is 97? None of that is anatomically correct. I was actually in Bunker Hill Community College in their art course for a semester. The only reason why I would have had this paper. This may very well be one of the oldest pieces of artwork, original artwork that I still have. My mom, though, has a drawing I did of Jim Lee's version of Sabretooth. And she sent me a picture of it. And I'm like, send me the drawing. I'm never going to find it. I might be able to. Let me see. There's a way on your iPhone that if you select the person you've been chatting with and go to the info of your chats, photos. I'm sorry, this is not very exciting, is it? She sent me this. She sent me a painting. First of all, can I share my nephew? Drawing some type of a lizard. He loves drawing Godzilla and stuff like that. Ain't that the cutest thing, man? Oh, love that kid. All right, I'll see if I can find that one day. So that's this. What am I showing? It's coming. It's coming. I'm getting better. Look at that. This is after a huge break in between arting. And I started to use my wife's fashion or design magazines for reference, just to do something quick. Oh, that looks nice, and knock it out. So, hey, I should compare that next to the Wonder Woman I just drew recently. Some Daphne King. I think this is from the art magazine. The fashion magazine also. La Borinqueña. Puerto Rico's superhero. Look at that cape. Heavyset Captain Marvel. a little, not heavy set, I should say more voluptuous. You can start seeing Our Lady Rogue. But you can definitely see the influences from fashion magazines. She's definitely selling that blouse. She should be selling those gloves. She looks like Gina Davis. Gina Davis as a Rogue. That's a lost cast. This young lady was selling that jacket. I made it look like Dagger from Cloak and Dagger. Making her jacket and the fold look like the dagger on her outfit, on her costume. I'm trying to be sneaky because the Chun-Li is right underneath here. For Nova. Where we at? How much time we got? We got an hour and a half. Gina Davis is made. Oh, thank you. That's not her. I'm just saying it looks like her. But Gina Davis is amazing. Triathlete, right? She's like an archer. I remember she was trying out. Was it for the Winter Olympics? Several years ago. This is me messing around with composition and using several different comic books as reference. I forget the artist for this. I'm terrible. Probably Carl Potts, maybe. This is a Night in the Moors, a trade paperback that I have of Punisher. That is a very bad JRJR. And I don't remember. I think that was supposed to be Buscema's version. I butchered it. All right. A little watercolor from Perfect Blue for my manga fan. My anime. Where's my anime freaks? If you guys haven't seen Perfect Blue, that movie is trippy. If you like the movie Black Swan, that movie takes certain inspirations and swipes directly from this movie by Satoshi Kon, the great and late Satoshi Kon. R.I.P. Satoshi Sensei. This was during my watercolor phase. Uh-oh. All right, so here we go. So first of all, we got Luigi powering up. This is gouache, by the way. Oh man, this paper is toe up. And he's fighting against Chun-Li. I love Chun-Li though. This is using gouache still. Yeah, Luigi's the best. Mario. So this was during my practices. I have a Naruto and a Macho Man facing off next to each other, which makes me laugh because there's only one. Put this away. I like it. I would love to do another one. That thumbnail was hurt. Is this watercolor? Now I can't remember if this was watercolor or gouache. Gouache. I can't remember. You know, one of the things that really, when I first started to mess around, and you're learning, you end up moving away from sometimes from the things that you love to look at and do. What I always wanted to do is bridge the gap between fine art, paints with acrylic or gouache as it is, or oils if I ever did oils, is go into doing stuff like this. So I love that comics do that. Like the Conan books that I be buying that have the great covers, the oil painted covers. I gotta show you something. Like, people might dismiss this. 9 out of 10 times they'll dismiss it for slop or whatever it is. Oh, it is what it is. Whatever. Can we get, if we don't look at it at Conan, who cares, right? If we say the heck with Conan, how dope is that landscape? That oil landscape. So the Juscos, the Julie Bells, the Boris, all of them, the Mark Teixeira that paint oils. I want to do that. I am doing that. And I'm not even saying that I want to. I'm doing it. That's a dream. That's a dream. All right, let's continue this dream, shall we? But yeah, I'll scan this Nova, and I'll see if I could throw it up on the comment section. She getting beat up though, man. Luigi not taking no guff. I wasn't too sure with gouache at the time, so I was trying to layer it like watercolor, and I was always like failing. Look at that. I appreciate that, man. Gal, fellow artiste. I'll just say thank you, Nova. I appreciate that. That is a great compliment. Thank you. And show and tell is over. Let's do this this debris. What the heck were we talking about? I forget. Oh, we're doing debris. Okay. The cool thing is that if you want to cheat, I put a bunch of lines. That's what I've done here, and all I'm doing is just looking at certain pieces that may look like broken rubble. And that's it. There's no rhyme or reason right now. It's Katsuhiro Otomo, the guy that did Akira. You want to see how somebody draws rubble? I don't know if he used reference or he got that in his head, but that guy can draw rubble. So am I the only one that's planning or scheduled to watch this Supergirl movie? And am I going to suffer for you guys? Do you guys want a review when I get back on Monday? All right. This got to be darker. No plans on watching. Look forward to the review. It's gonna be like, it's trash. I really hope not. I'm really trying to skirt expectations. I really don't know what the landscape of superhero movies and it's so weird. You know, it really is, and that's coming from a guy that it was Tim Burton's Batman that really kind of like what when it came to it helped me accept that that superheroes, the heroes, not just superheroes, will kill their villain. But it was never mean-spirited. I feel like some of these shows are just mean-spirited. Even the hero is mean-spirited. Do you agree, Quill? Is that why you're barking, bud? You want to say hi to the people? Nope, he just walked in, dipped. You rather watch the CW shows, or there are more my thing than the theater release things, and on season 3 of Supergirl, and really good. You know, I watched that show, and it's good that it was an ensemble, right? Because I was talking to my kids about the Supergirl movie while we were trying to figure out if we were gonna, as we try not to judge it so quickly, who's her villain, right? Who's the villain for Supergirl? Is it Maxwell Lord? Is it Luther who clones her? Like, I don't know. And I think that's one thing that may fail this movie. The villain is new. Nobody really has an emotional attachment to hate them. So everything's going to seem forced. He's going to seem... I am projecting here. I don't know if any of this is true. But as a fan, as a comic book fan, this is what I'm thinking. That's what's going to happen. The Legion of Superheroes, never liked them. And I'm not even being like mean about it. I never really got into it. Right? Saturn Girl and the Kid Brainiac, I never dug it. Never dug it. And my cousin had issues. It was just never, it didn't seem like it was, I didn't like it. Didn't like it. I didn't like that. I didn't like Teen Titans growing up. Isn't that weird? Sorry, I couldn't help. I'm just trying to make sense of this mess here. Yeah, I never really got into, like I said, usually a lot of the stuff I got into was after the fact, but never really Legion of Superheroes, or the Legionnaires, right? With the rings that came from the 30th century because they were fans of Superman. The concept is actually pretty cool in hindsight if you think about it. They go back in time to meet the hero that they admire, and then get to have adventures with him as a young kid. They go back that far back in time to see him as Superboy. No time paradoxes, I guess. I guess it was meant to be. Concept's cool. I really didn't care. I didn't get to read Green Lantern growing up. If I had HBO Max, that'd be a show I'd be interested in watching, but sorry, Nova. Sorry, talking while drawing while talking. I don't have a good answer for you on that. When I was growing up, I didn't collect books until way later. Like I said, in the mid 90s. My cousin, he had some, but he wasn't a collector in that sense. He was a teenage kid, so teenage boy, so he had comics. So I would read the ones that he had. And he had some Legion. He had some I think Blue Demon it was called. Just random stuff, because he wasn't, like I said, he wasn't a collector either. He just, whenever we would go to CVS or the laundromat, he'll pick something up for a couple of shekels. But he did have an X-Men comic book that I pored over. I pored over that thing because I didn't know at the time what it was. My superheroes were on Saturday morning cartoons, like the Super Friends and Spider-Man and the Amazing Friends. Like, those were my cartoons. Those were the lighthearted stuff that I was into. And he had this X-Men comic. I'm going to show you. If I can find it. Is it over there? Is it over here? Where did I put it? All right. More show and tell. This issue right here, Uncanny X-Men 213. He had this book, and I didn't know anything about it. But the cover always drew me to it, pun intended. Always was something that I wanted to look at. And I was able to get this recently, just because I've always wanted to get it again, because I had it so vivid in my mind. And there's certain shots that I remember vividly. Those fighting scenes with Wolverine and Sabretooth, that beautiful shot of Psylocke. I didn't know who she was. I guarantee you, I didn't know. I didn't know how to pronounce it. I didn't know how to pronounce Psylocke. God knows what I used to say. I didn't know who Rogue was, who gets brutalized in a silhouetted shot. I didn't know who this guy was, who is Magneto. There was so much, but it was just like I I didn't realize that comic books can be beautiful, horrifying, violent. I wanted to, funny, humorous. I'm like, what is this? This thing changed my mind. The artist is Alan Davis and Paul Neary. Alan Davis, the penciler, Paul Neary, the inker. Alan Davis is probably more famous with for doing Excalibur, I think. But yeah, man, and it was just so vivid in my head. And I bought an X-Men epic that has a bunch of these issues together, and this was in there, and it all came flooding back. You know, like the scene in Ratatouille when the critic takes a bite out of it, out of the ratatouille, and gets transported back to himself being a little snot-nosed kid. And this was the book. I think this was the book. I mentioned it in somebody else's stream. I think this is the book that really cemented that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to draw. I wanted to draw these characters. That this world was bananas. And I still didn't collect soon after. It's from like 86. So if he bought this when it came out, I was 7 years old. So, and then 3 years later, Batman comes out, and it's not Adam West. It's not Super Friends Batman. I didn't know anything about Frank Miller. I didn't know anything about Dark Knight Returns. I didn't know about any. I'm like, what? That Joker is terrifying. That Joker is amazing. He's hilarious. That friggin'. I knew who Jack Nicholson was because of The Shining. That's a long story. Yeah, man. Anyway, I don't even remember where I was going. But thank you for letting this old man. These days I feel like I can't read things without starting at the beginning, or at least an entry point. Fair enough. Yeah, as a kid you could pick up anything. And I guarantee you he didn't have any back issues. He didn't have the issue before or after. I don't think he really has any idea how significant that mini event of me going through his books had on me. And he was a good artist. He wasn't a natural. He was a good copier, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Like he'd be able to look at this and painstakingly, slowly recreate it, almost one for one. So I would bother him. Draw that for me. Can you draw that for me? Can you do that for me? And I think I've said this story before. One of the best things he's ever said to me: do it yourself. And I didn't take that harshly. I think my mind was like, you think I can do that? And he's like, yeah. And he really, two things. One, he said it because I was probably bothering the heck out of him. So he had, in his selfishness as my older cousin. I'm kidding. Love that dude. He created this odd little path for me in my life, in my love for comic books. He had Death in the Family, the storyline with the Jason Todd Robin getting murdered by the Joker. And I was traumatized by it. I read it so many times. Why would they do that? Why would that do that to him? Kind of nuts. Only sadly to find out that it was the fans that made sure that Jason Todd didn't make it out of that bunker. Well, party people, I think that is as much as I'm going to do today. I'm going to let the music play me out. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Happy Friday. It's been so well. I got to get ready to eat some dinner, make some dinner. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I always appreciate it. You guys are spending something with me that we can never get back, and that's time. And I never want to waste anybody's time. So thank you so much. I really mean that. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Don't do anything. Just hang, relax. I'll let you guys know how the movie goes. Give it two groans and a walkout. But yeah, I'm going to clean this up a bit. I'm going to clean up my area. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. This is Arch of the Round Table. My name is Mello. God bless you. I love you. I mean it. I mean it. And have a fantastic weekend. And to the next one. I'll draw you later. Bye-bye. Don't forget to hit the like, share. Tell your peoples. Come in here and hang out. Get their art on. The raging art on. All right, guys. Love you. Bye. Bye.